But if you believe in God, believe in
SP motherfucking I.
believe in that for real.
I want all the cars. I want all my niggas with the cars. I want all the hoes. I want all the jewelry. We popping bottles.
I told you this, nigga, 2 years ago, you was gonna get left. I told you this, nigga.
In business, the goal is for you to become independent and be the boss, take the responsibility, and also get the profit.
I ain't got no motherfucking boss.
SP motherfucking I.
When you are the truth, you just keep on rising and rising. Before you know, them busters on the way down.
Thank you, Lord Hybrid.
Lord Hybrid, appreciate all of the impact that you got me to do. You got me to make content.
Lord Hybrid, my boy, man. Thank you, my boy Lord Hybrid. Everybody spam up some W's for my boy Lord Hybrid.
Lord Hybrid, I see you, sir. Salute.
Shout out to Lord Hybrid.
Lord Hybrid. Shout out to Lord Hybrid. Shout out to Lord Hybrid.
I'm saying, I'm getting money out here independently. I own my own brands 100%, and I bought the G-Wagon cash. Lord Hybrid.
And the woman gonna know, okay, he got something. He pulled up in the G-Wagon.
And then I want to give an acknowledgement to my rich friends in the building. Shout out to Lord Hybrid.
Nigga got money.
Yo, Lord Hybrid, my boy got them bands, bro.
I got money too.
I can smell a motherfucker with money. Lord Hybrid up in this bitch.
And Lord Hybrid is in the building.
Lord Hybrid. Lord Hybrid, my brother. Peace to the God.
Fellas, what up? It's your boy Lord Hybrid up in this bitch. And yeah, man, I made 40K yesterday in the stock market, man. I was like, I used to be kind of like anti-stock market. But I decided to get involved in the stock market and to buy some stock because I found a company that I wanted to invest in. And so I started buying the stock like less than a month ago. And so far it really hasn't disappointed. It has really been a gem. And yesterday morning I woke up and checked my phone, and I got a frat brother. He's been investing in stocks for like between 25 and 30 years. And he never stopped. He kept doing it. And he was telling everybody to do it. Nobody would listen to him. And he was extremely frugal. Even though he had a wife and kids, he was extremely frugal. And he took all his extra income and he bought stocks, and now over those years, he have accumulated money. He was like, yo, I taught my sons, how to invest. And he said, my son's college education is already paid for from them. He said, my boy, he got 2 sons. He said, my boys got over. He told me this last month. He said, my boys, and they still in high school. He said, my boys got over 800K in the stock market. I was like, damn. But he had them investing since they was small, and he taught them. As soon as they was able to comprehend, he had them investing their little allowance and stuff like that, and teaching them his frugal ways, and they've grown up, and they got damn near $1 million in the stock market. So I woke up to this, big bruh, my frat brother, kind of flexing on me. And it said, this is today. So he was telling me, he was basically showing me in his portfolio that, just today his portfolio has increased in value by like 47,000 and some change. See what I'm saying? Almost 48,000. He made that just off the increase in the value of his stock portfolio of those holdings. Now, I've never seen this whole portfolio. I don't know everything he got. But if you can do the calculations, he got like almost $1 million of that Micron Technology stock. And let me state, this is not financial advice. You know what I'm saying? I am not this. I haven't been in the stock market a month yet. So don't take no advice from me, goddammit. This is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. Shout out to my man Daniel Bell. I see you out there, brother. But yeah, he was kind of stunting on me a little bit. I was like, because he know I'm just getting in, and I got a different approach to it than he do, and so that's what I woke up to, and so that led me to go check my portfolio, see what mine did. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, what I did when I decided to get into the stock market, I found one stock, basically, one company that I wanted to invest in, and I wish I had moved earlier, but I didn't. But I found out about this company and this CEO, and I just watched it, and studied it, and followed him, and followed the company, and followed the developments, and eventually something happened as to where I was like, I want to invest in this company. So I took some money and I put it in. So hold up, I don't want to do that. But so when I checked my portfolio, I was like, yo, I'm up too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I got the image for that. I don't have the image for that. But he was up 48, and them stocks values, he's just by what he's showing you in that box, he showed over $1.5 million worth of equities. So just in those little bits. So I was like, okay. I showed him my joint, and my joint, I said, I'm only in one stock, and it went up by 40%. So my gains was like that too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. Yeah, so yeah, I was up a little bit too. So this is like the performance of the stock. He's not invested in the same stock as me, but this shows you the performance of the stock that I invested in. So if we look at it over, I think I did this today. Yeah, so we look at it over 5 days, it's increased by 31%. If we look at it for 1 month, it's up 55, almost 56%. If we look at it for 6 months, it's up 277%. So you've almost got a 3x over that 6 months. So, the stuff he's showing me, his portfolio ain't doing what mine is doing. But I learned my investing strategy from investing in crypto. You know what I mean? So for me, that's my whole philosophy was like when I was in crypto, it was more like get a stock. I mean, find a first I invested in Bitcoin, of course. But once, more coins came on and everything, it was more like I was looking for smaller cap cryptos that had a good story and that had good technology and something that I could believe in, when I could get it when it had a small market cap and ride the market cap up. So my frat brother, he's a lower risk. So he wants to get with, large companies like NVIDIA. Look at his he's got a good bit of NVIDIA, which is probably the largest market cap stock that's on the stock market. So he's more into, my big bro, he's more into big established companies that have a lot of growth and that have something good going on for themselves. And me, I'm in the small caps. So that's why I can have those those big rises. It's more risk, but it's not more risk if you know what you're looking for and you following what you're doing. So I can have days like this, and more than likely he's not going to have days like this, because if you got a $4 trillion company, the chances that it's going to increase by 1.8 trillion or something like that in a day or even a month is highly unlikely. But when you got a $7 or $5 billion company, it gets some good news, it might go up by 40% as people move in, because $1 billion or even 5 billion or 10 billion can move quick. 1 trillion ain't really gonna move that quick unless it's moving out, because it's a disaster and everybody's cashing out. So I'm saying, so we have two different philosophies, and I told him my plan. Like I said, it's kind of like based on crypto. Most people was like stack sats, you know what I mean? Stack Bitcoin. So I spent a couple of years stacking up till I got to 10 Bitcoin. And now I'm doing that with this. So my goal with the company that I'm doing now is to stack up 50,000 shares. You know what I'm saying? So when I decided to actually make my move, I went in, I got 100,000 and I went in. And I was trying to do some trades and I ain't do nothing but lose money by I did it again today. But I didn't do nothing but lose money by not moving like I used to move in crypto, in terms of I would just like if I'm moving I wasn't moving 100,000s back then, but if I'm moving 10,000, I would just get the 10,000, move it, then buy 10,000 worth of crypto. And I'm putting in limit orders now and trying to catch dips, and all I'm doing is getting left in the dust and buying at a higher price. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to be fancy with it. But I did it again. So let's see. When I first went in, let me see. I'm gonna show you my my transaction history as far as my stock purchases. Okay. So I think the stock is about $8 and yes. I think that was when did I buy that? That was okay. So see, my initial purchases was like at $5.70, $5.80, $5.90, $5.95. And each time I was going in with like $10,000. So I had moved 100,000 into my Charles Schwab account, and I was like, some of them I was setting limits to try to catch. Like if it was at 570, I was gonna try to catch it at 550 or $5. I was setting them and letting them just wait, and it really didn't go down that much. So I ended up, hold up, give me 1 second. I gotta go adjust my TV. Hold up.
I told you this, nigga.
In business, the goal is for you to become independent and be the boss, take the responsibility, and also get the profit.
I ain't got no motherfucking boss.
SP motherfucking I.
Okay, so yeah. So I bought some at 580, 570, 590. Now I think the stock is at like 560. I mean, no, it's at I think it's like 860 or something like that. Let me see. And I'm not gonna say which specific stock that I'm in. I will reveal that. But if you look in the description box, you got to join the Rich Nigga Telegram group. And I'm gonna start, now that I'm active in the stock market, I want to kind of document my journey in the stock market. And I just want to share what I know out there, and people to share what they know. So I remember back in the day we had the Slap a Broke Nigga Telegram group. We was in there doing our thing, and now I got the Rich Nigga Telegram group. So the link is in the description box. But let me see. What is the price right now? Yeah, it's at $8.61 right now as of close today. So you see that? So all of those purchases I made for $5.80, $5.70, $5.90, $5.95. You know, that's now that stock is $8.61, almost touched $9 today. You know, that's a nice little jump. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I ain't been in the stock a month yet. If you look at them dates, yeah, I started buying on January the 28th. The morning of January 28th is when I started buying. So it ain't even been a month yet. And just off that 100,000, I done made over 40,000. See what I'm saying? So this stock is moving like crypto. And you know, I and eventually I got all my money in. Let me see. Yeah, so I bought some more at $6. Was that? I bought some more at $6.40, $6.39, and I had an opportunity. I could have bought 100,000 worth at $5.70, but I was trying to be fancy and do limit orders and all that stuff and try to catch dips, and I ended up shitting on myself. And I should have just went in with the at 570, and I would have been up even more. But I wanted to, I'm learning, playing around with it. So some of them I got at 639, 641. And as you can see at the top, today, February 19th, I just bought more. And I bought it at 853. So I'm not really up on that, but I did just buy it today. So I'm kind of even on that. I'm up a little, but not that much. So what I did was I played with that 100,000, and then I just made a commitment, because I remember when I first started with Bitcoin, I got distracted. I still made money, but I had a plan. And if I had stuck with my plan, I'd probably have I have a lot of money. I'd probably have 3,000 Bitcoin right now, possibly more. I'd have anywhere between 2,000 and 4,000 Bitcoin, because my original plan was to, instead of saving dollars, save Bitcoin and just hold them. I'm talking about, this is when Bitcoin was $70, $100. And I planned on just taking, instead of using a savings account or a 401k, using Bitcoin and just holding for the long run. And all of the trading and all of the funny stuff I did and fly shit I did, if I had just did that plan, I would have been way ahead of all the other bullshit I did. But at least I learned. You know what I'm saying? So this time I'm sticking with my plan. And my plan is every month stack this stock. Don't get distracted, because once you get into stock, everybody got a stock pick for you. I'm not investing in this for the money. I'm investing in this because I believe, just like with Bitcoin, I believed in what Bitcoin represented. A sovereign digital currency. Just like gold is a sovereign money, Bitcoin was a sovereign digital currency that you didn't need a third-party institution to transact with digitally. So I was like, this time I'm not gonna abandon my plan. I'm gonna stick with my plan. My plan this year, like I said, is just to continue to buy this stock with my disposable income. So hold up. So I got this. This is where I'm trying to discipline myself to stick with the plan, because usually when I have a plan, it's a good plan. All I have to do is have the discipline to stick with it.
Lord Hybrid is right.
So I put 100K in, and then yesterday, I went back to the bank.
Went to my bank. As you can see, that was yesterday. And I requested to do a wire. And with that wire, I wanted to send exactly, see, Charles Schwab. I wanted to send exactly $65,000. See what I'm saying? So now I went in with another 65K yesterday. So yesterday, I went to the bank.
last week I got my money. I collected all of the money that was owed to my business. I deposited it. I paid out my contract guys and paid myself. And I decided on an amount of cash that I want to leave in my business. And so I decided to take 50,000 out as a distribution to myself. I had recently got a check back from the state where they owed me some money. So they owed me like 15 grand. So they actually owed one of my companies 15 grand, my other company. So I had that laying around. So I had to lend my company that 15 grand to pay a tax lien that was improper because I'd already paid the taxes. So I had to basically give them 30,000 when I only owed them 15,000, and I had paid them 15,000, and they made me pay it again. But due to a problem with their system, I had to file some papers and claim my property back. So they finally sent me my $15,000 check so my company could pay me back at that time, and then I could take the money from my distribution and I could buy more stock. So I went in on the stocks.
I can smell a motherfucker with money.
Yeah, so they gave me my money and I went into the stocks. Let me see. And that's it for that. So basically, I'm at a point to where I wanted something to invest in. A lot of people investing in real estate, and I was more of a hard asset guy. I invested in gold, I invested in silver, and I was trying to figure out my next investment. And I was thinking about land and stuff like that, but ultimately I decided I found a company that I wanted to invest in, and I started investing in it. And now that I'm looking at the returns and I'm looking at how it's working on the stock market, I'm thinking like I can kind of create a pile of money that I can use in the future to make investments where I can multiply my money if I make good decisions in the stock market, and turn those stocks, those paper assets into hard assets. So I kind of, when it comes to levels of money, I was sitting down thinking about it. I kind of wrote it out. And this is kind of like a diagram that could be helpful to different people. As I work through my thoughts, this might could be helpful to different people in different situations, younger people, older people, depending on where you at in life. You can find yourself somewhere in the mix of this diagram, and you can kind of help you plot your course. Boy, Lord Hybrid, and we're gonna start with today is about levels of money. Levels of money. Now, most of us, or many of us, start here. This is zero. If you can start at zero, you lucky.
Lord Hybrid is right.
Me, you ain't that lucky. You can start at zero, you lucky. But if you're anything like me, you ain't that lucky.
You don't get to start at zero. Because when you 18 years old, they send you to a university and you go in the hole, right? Or either many people, even if they didn't go to college to get in the hole, they're saying that Americans are carrying over $1 trillion, I don't know how many trillions dollars of unsecured credit card debt. So you get in the hole through credit cards, car notes, things like that. So you start, for me, starting off life, I started at, in the hole, negative 40K. So when you in the hole, this is like you in the you know, in the crate. You I ain't gonna say you dead, because you ain't dead, but you in the hole. So this is you. You probably got on some Nike shoes. You in the hole. And you looking up, and your goal is just to get to damn zero. Okay? So this is the first level. And you ain't even made it to the first level yet. And you know what? So your net worth is negative, especially if you got a credit cards or a car note. Now with a mortgage, I would say in most cases, mortgages is negative because you get a valuable asset for the mortgage. So if you know, usually a mortgage makes your net worth positive because you paid, if you bought a house for $400,000, you probably had to put 20% down. So you probably had to put like $80,000 down. You know, somewhere in that area. So you kind of got a little bit of equity in it. So I wouldn't put the mortgage on here, but you got the credit cards, you got the college debt. So you in the hole. And this is where I started. Lord Hybrid started in his early 20s in the hole with a caveat of with bad credit. So I'm 40K in the hole. This is me. I'm just trying to get to zero. And it took me over 20 years just to get to zero. So the first level is, if you haven't made the decision to go to college, unless you go into something that you know is going to pay off, and these days we don't know what's going to pay off with AI coming and all that stuff. If you can skip this, you can get to zero pretty quick because you might already be at zero. So if you are in this negative situation like me, then you have to employ two concepts. One, you have to pour frugality. You shouldn't be driving no fly car, like a lot of the dummies that I went to school with. You shouldn't be living in to the max of your abilities. My personal belief, you shouldn't even be investing in a 401k. You shouldn't be making no investments. If you're negative, your investment should be getting to zero. Like I said, it took me 20 plus years to get to zero. I was in my 40s before I got to zero. Well into my 40s. But anyway, number two is hustle. Because you need to be working, and so hustle means work hard on your job plus side hustle. Work hard on your job plus you need a side hustle. And that's for you to determine. So at the same time, even if you have the college degree, you need to invest in your own education. This will be the most valuable education, and it'll be the cheapest education. So studying business, studying taxes, studying sales, studying anything you can that's going to empower your side hustle. Because eventually your side hustle can replace your job. My side hustle replaced my job, and my side hustle more than 10x my income. You know, my side hustle led me to ownership of a 7-figure business when I didn't have a 6-figure income. I had much less than a 6-figure income, and my side hustle turned into a 7-figure income. So the education part is critical, and it's cheap because find good entrepreneurs or good people who you would want to be mentored by. Now this is who you avoid. Academics. I'm about to spell it like the podcaster academics. No. Academics. Avoid these guys. Academics are professors and people who career is teaching and they never did nothing. No, you want to find doers like entrepreneurs or professionals who are like, if you want to be an accountant, you don't want to listen to a accounting professor. You want to listen to somebody who is an active accountant, who has a successful business, who could tell you the ins and outs of being an accountant. If you want to be a business, boom, 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 you can find people specific. If you want to be a successful real estate person, find a real estate entrepreneur. He's probably written books. He's given interviews, seminars, and pay for that. And it's cheap because you probably can go to a seminar for $300. You can buy a book for $25, $30. The self-education, because I have both. I have an academic education and I have a self-education. My academic education maxed out at $66.5K per year. That's when I left. I was at that salary exactly when I left the job market. And my income for my self-education with less time. It took me over 20 years to get to $66,500 a year. And it only took me maybe 11 years to get to greater than $1 million, 7 figures. So make more than $1 million now for my self-education. So which one's more valuable? This one costs a lot more. This one cost me $40K. This one cost me, I can't even calculate, but probably like from books and watching interviews, maybe $1,000, if that, less than $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So all of these goes into getting to zero. So if you have the negative net worth, if you have debt, your first priority is to get to zero.
See, so the unacademically educated have such an advantage because if they didn't just blow out their finances, like if you're an 18-year-old and you're like a low wage worker, you can't possibly get into $40,000 worth a day. Because when I was 18, I got a credit card because I didn't have a credit history, they gave me a $500 limit. And I messed that up. So a young person, I don't know I'm sure they're giving you more than that, but they might give you $2,000 limit or a $1,000 limit. And if you mess that up, you ain't even gonna be able to get the 40,000. Nobody's gonna lend a 18-year-old $40,000 except for if it's backed by the government and you in college. So there's a lot of advantages to not having that academic education. And I'm gonna tell you something that I got for very little expense that was worth more to me in making money than my college degree. It's this. I got this from Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad. It's called the BI triangle. Within this, the book itself, which didn't cost much money, maybe $40-$50, I bought it in a paperback book, and it was hard for me to read it. I read it, but I really couldn't grasp it. Then I got the audio book, and that's when I understood. So even if you can't read, you can still get the knowledge from a book through the audio books, like audible.com, and which is now owned by Amazon. And you can put that app on your phone and somebody will read the book to you if you can't read, so you can get the knowledge. And this diagram right here is what guided me in my business. Like when I first quit my job and I went back home, I moved in with my grandma and I was toiling for like a year. And finally I got enough money to move out. I moved down the street to a family-owned property and I rented from the family. And I took this thing right here and I pasted it on my wall. And I used it as my guide. I knew what I needed. I needed product. I needed legal. I needed systems. Systems is majorly important for the functionality. I needed communications and just basically me communicating with my team on what to do. So I had to find a system that gave me an efficient way to communicate, which was easy. I needed cash flow. See, that's the base level. So I spent most of my effort in creating the cash flow, and that cash flow still exists and has only grown. And then on the exterior, as the leader, I needed my team. I got my team. I had to strengthen up my leadership, and we know what the mission is. So this one thing that was basically free was worth more to me than my college degree. I want to be a nothing. Get figures. So make more than $1 million now for my self-education. So which one's more valuable? Maybe 11. And I think that's a real strong point right there, is the cost and value. The cost is what I paid. So I ended up with $40K of debt for my academic education. And 15 years in, it only paid me $66.5 thousand per year. I make much more than that per month now. But my self-education, which costs far less than a tenth, And it didn't, and the academic education didn't only cost me money, it cost me time. It took me 6 years to get a degree. So that's 6 years of I could have been doing something and gaining experience when I was sitting in classes and partying and drinking and going to class and passing exams and getting incompletes and taking it again because I partied too much this goddamn semester and bullshitting around, chasing ass, and doing all of the stupid shit you do in college. Trying to be cool, to join a fraternity and all this extra shit. 6 years when I could have been hit the ground running, at 18, and I could have been getting experience, I would have had zero debt. So I would have started at zero instead of started at negative in the hole. And I could have reached my goal within 10 years or maybe 12 years. So I could have been in my late 20s or early 30s as a millionaire with experience and knowledge that I gave myself. Because the thing about college is when you go there, you got a bunch of crap that you got to learn that ain't even relevant to what you want to do. But when you self-educate yourself, you ain't even gonna be thinking about all that crap, fucking Western civilization and fucking calculus. And look, if you could do arithmetic, all you need to do is add, subtract, divide, multiply. That's all the math I ever use in my business. I don't have to do no algebra, no calculus. I took business calculus, history. I don't use none of that. You know what I'm saying? I use arithmetic. That's it. And then I use the knowledge that I got from my self-education that put me in zero debt. And that cost me less than 1/10 of my formal academic education, where I was being taught by a bunch of business people who've never done business. All they've done is read a bunch of books. And they didn't even read the right books because they read a bunch of theoretical crap. You understand? So that's a strong point when you think about the return on investment, the amount of time and the sacrifice. And I had to spend 20 years just getting out the damn hole from an education that maxed out at less than what I make a month. It maxed out at an annual salary that's much less than what I make per month. Now I invest my annual salary monthly. That's after paying myself and paying other people tens of thousands of dollars. There's still enough left after that for me to have as disposable income to invest more monthly than what I made as my annual salary before taxes. So if you look at what I was bringing home from that 66 and a half, I probably was bringing home 40K if I was lucky. If that, maybe high 30s, 38. I don't know. I can't remember the taxes. $25, $30. And the self-education, because I have both. I have an academic education and I have a self-education. My academic education maxed out at 66.5K per year. And that was 12 years ago. So that might be the equivalent of like 75, 80 grand in inflated dollars. That's when I left. I was at that salary exactly when I left the job market. And my income for my self-education with less time. It took me over 20 years to get to 66.5 thousand a year. And it only took me maybe 11 years to get to greater than
$1 million, 7 figures. So make more than $1 million now for my self-education. So which one's more valuable? This one costs a lot more. This one cost me $40K. This one cost me, I can't even calculate, but probably like from books and watching interviews, maybe $1,000, if that, less than $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So all of these goes into getting to zero. So if you have the negative net worth, if you have debt, your first priority is to get to zero. I want to be a nothing. Get to zero. Then, like, my hustle and my frugality and my education all work together to get me to zero. Now, once I got to zero, I had established a system. All the businesses, because I turned my side hustle into a business. A business is simply a system. So I created a sustainable money generation system that I could manage and grow. And I work within the system that I created and I own. And 100%, let's do it again. See, when you start a LLC, you own it 100%. So if through your education, which I told you about, you will get the know-how to create a business system. You won't get this from your academic education. You won't get it from the academic education. You will have to self-educate to be able to get the knowledge to build a business system. So my side hustle converted into a business, and my business system, my money generation system, got me from here to here. See, with my academic education, after 20 years, I still owed the same $40K, and I've paid interest and I've made payments, but I had times when I wasn't employed, so I got fees and interest and paying interest on top of interest, and all of the payments got gobbled up by the fees and the interest for the times that I couldn't pay. So I spent my wheels for 20 years. Now, another thing is, to get to zero, they have a plan for you. Their plan is for you to make those payments because they know it'll take you 20 to 30 years to pay it off on their system, and they know you're gonna have some hookups in them years. So that's gonna allow them to put the more fees and interest on top of interest when you can't pay, and forbearance and deferments and all of that stuff. And that's and they know over 20 years you're gonna still have the same principal balance for them to charge you interest off. So that's what happened to me. So for me, it was necessary to create the system to more than 10x my income. Once you got above average, a 10x income, then these little bills just gonna disappear if you're not stupid. I didn't have my G-Wagon when I paid off my debt. I didn't have my I don't even think I had my Lexus when I paid off my debt. So I got to zero. Now it's time to wealth build. Now the beautiful thing about it is, and this happens to everybody, it happens to me, and I see people that's doing it, and it's stupid, but I did it too. You celebrate you take a time to celebrate your wealth. So for me, already had a Honda. I didn't need it. I bought a Lexus. I bought it cash for I think like $70K, a little bit under $70K. Then I bought a G-Wagon cash for I think like maybe $140K or something like that. I can't remember exactly how much I paid. Like 150, 140, something like that. So I celebrated my wealth. Now, the G-Wagon came after I paid off my house. So I had equity in my house. I paid $415 for my house, which is now worth about $655K. I owed about $310. So this is my current equity. This is what I paid, my cost basis. And this is what it costs for me to eliminate the debt. So debt is useful if you know how to use it right. So I took out I think $323,000. I paid for 3 years. It got down to $310, and then I wiped that out. So now I'm loving it. Now this zero is a thing of the past, because I took another celebration, another lap after I paid off my house. Now I got zero debt. This is gone. The $40K for students, the $310K. Now I have zero debt. So now I have zero debt. Plus I have this business system that I created that's continually kicking out on a monthly basis between, on a low month, $80K to a good month, $120K, right? I got no debt. I'm driving so I bought the G-Wagon, I got the Lexus, still got the Honda. I've 10x'd my income. And now I just took some time off, as far as not from my business, but to celebrate a new level, right? So all I did was I only saved like $1,750, $1,800 a month in mortgage. So it wasn't really a big mortgage, but the fact that I had no bills, I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a few months just to spend recklessly. And I did. Traveling, clothes, jewelry, whatever you want, you get. And I got that till I had to go through that. I had to go through that phase. And fortunately, the way the human mind works, everything gets boring. So the celebration and blowing money got boring in probably 4 months. Now, you ever heard the old saying that for every dime piece that's out there, there's a man that's tired of fucking her? You know, that's what it goes to in terms of the boredom of the mind. You know, and I understand the need to celebrate your wealth, the need to blow money, and I don't disagree with that. But we are kind of like led to believe, especially black men, and even now it's not just black men, I would say it's young men, that we have to show our wealth. You know, we have to have the G-Wagon, we have to have the watch, we have to have the lifestyle,
or nobody believes we are wealthy. And then on top of that, and the fact that that exists isn't a problem. The problem is we feel a need to prove our wealth. And I had that need. It's still there. It's still there. Because I made it in my mind, but I gotta prove to you that I made it. So even though it would speed up my growth to drive a car just like you, I feel the need to show you, especially me, because I lived the frugal lifestyle. Like my frat brother that's trading millions in stocks and stunting on me, he never felt the need to show the wealth. He's really into just looking at the numbers and growing the wealth. And I was living frugal, and my friends and my peers, they had better cars, they owned homes sooner, and they did all these things. But when I finally got into position where I got my income to a certain level, I felt that need to show them that I was right because they were pressuring me. I was making as much or more money than them. They were pressuring me to get more better things. And I was like, I was committed to, if I get 2 checks a month, living off one. So I couldn't. And taking the other one and investing it in myself, my ideas, which, usually failed. So I ended up having nothing. They was calling me 40 and broke, and they was laughing at me because I was driving a Kia and I wasn't even 40 yet. But they was, calling me old, calling me broke, laughing at my car. And these were my friends. And it hurt, but I wouldn't get mad at them. I just took that hurt and I let it fuel me. I let that hurt fuel me. I was like, I'm gonna be better than them one day. And so now that I did do what I said I was gonna do, and I made the sacrifices that I said I was gonna make, now it's my desire to crush them. It's my desire to make them feel like I'm better than them. It's my desire to make them look up to me. And I lost friends because of that. Like even if I made the money I made, if they didn't know it and I just didn't have the need to show it to them, I probably would have maintained some of the friendships that I lost. And I'm not taking the blame for those friendships because I just accept them. I'm not even blaming them because I don't know how I would feel if I saw somebody that I kind of looked down on because they looked poorer than me. I could get better girls than them. Then they just blow past me. Now they bitches is better. They cars is the dream cars I always wanted. Their houses, the dream house I wish I could afford. These niggas ain't got to, this guy ain't got to work. I used to look down on you, and now I got to look up to you. And everybody can't do that. So I'm not saying they wrong for feeling that way and starting to change their behaviors, but I'm saying psychologically, we go through that need to prove, need to be better than, need to compete, and aspects of that shows up in the choices we make in terms of celebration of wealth. Like I said, I did it twice. I bought the G-Wagon, I bought the Lexus. After paying off my house, I was like, I don't have bills. Look at all this money I'm making. And I just had to just blow money, like cars, trips, hoes, jewelry. You know what I'm saying? But it got boring and it got kind of silly, and I started feeling stupid. I feel stupid for buying a G-Wagon because it's more of a nuisance than anything else. Even though where I live, there's pretty wealthy people with nice cars, but most of the people don't have nice cars. They have nice houses. Like I got the smallest, cheapest house on the block. Now it's bigger than all my most of my friends and stuff, and better than what they got. But on my block, I got the cheapest, smallest house. But at the same time, I'm the only single person. They all got wives and kids and stuff like that. So I don't need as big a house. And mine is paid off and most of theirs is not. But me having that G-Wagon out here is kind of like, it makes me stand out more. It makes me more noticeable. I don't think these people will have the same reaction as my friends have, because these people are a class above than my former peers. But the G-Wagon was a stupid purchase. I don't need it. I got too many cars. I don't even have enough place to park all my cars. Because I don't have a lot of I live on a very steep hill and I don't have a lot of space for the cars. I have a 1-car garage. I really would rather have my Lexus in the garage, but sometimes when you leave your G-Wagon parked out there, kind of draws attention. So it's kind of a nuisance in certain aspects. And I like driving the Lexus better than I like driving the G-Wagon. But I like the reaction I get in the G-Wagon better than I do in the Lexus. But I get a good reaction in the Lexus too. So the celebration of wealth, the stupid shit. EJ, what up, fam? The stupid shit, I understand it, and I see people doing it. Buying cars, Volkswagen, cars, and just all the shit. So I finally got to a place to where I just said, hey, enough of that. I got tired of it. I started to feeling stupid and I stopped doing it. And I just give myself a few perks in life because I earned them. I only fly first class. There's no first class. I'm not going. And it's the main one. I mean, I only drive nice cars. And I'm just more selective with women. I'm definitely not an ass chaser. I'm more snobby about sex. I understand the risk. Sex is kind of like icky to me now. So it's like, I don't see chicks and just want to bang them. It's more of, I only want to bang the ones I want to bang. And it's not all about banging. I want to feel comfortable with the person because I have something to protect. So it's like, it's not just about raw attraction. It's about, am I comfortable with how you live your life? Do I like your personality? Do I find you physically attractive? So it reduces the women that I even feel comfortable with. I don't want to be with most women that I'm attracted to. It's just a few small ones that I'm willing to, basically I see sex as vulnerability. So, it's only a few that I'm willing to be vulnerable with. So sex is much less a part of my mentality. And I'm older. My testosterone levels, I'm sure, have declined significantly. And now my need to compete and my need, not my need to compete. Like me and my frat brother, my big bro, I'm competing with him. Even though he showed me almost, 2 million or $1.5 million worth of stocks. He's making 40 something in a day. I might be making like 40 in a day. And then he knows I'm competing with him. I'm trying to beat him to 10 million, even though he had a 30-year head start on me. But I make much more money than him in terms of income. He doesn't have a good income, but he has accumulated so much wealth. But anyway, yeah, the celebrating the wealth, the need to compete, the flexing aspect, that's a part of it. And they try to project to us young men and to men in general, and it's specifically the black man. Like every rapper they show you, every successful black person they show you, there's an extreme, ridiculous amount of consumerism. And so they've made us equate wealth with consumerism. And so then we go back to the celebration of wealth instead of the preservation of wealth. All the smart, real people, they're preserving. I never seen Elon with a big chain on, or Warren Buffett or those cats. They focus on their wealth and everything they do, whether it's pushing the line with their business or investing more. So I'm getting to that plateau to where the flexing is corny. I'm dissatisfied that I don't have 8 figures of net worth. So now I'm in a dissatisfied state where I need 10 million. I won't feel rich until I'm worth 10 million. And I got a distance to go to get that stocks. So I'm excited. Cause when I wasn't thinking about investing, I was thinking about getting another vehicle. I have 3 vehicles. I was thinking about getting another vehicle, spending another 70 grand on vehicles. But because I changed my mentality and got excited about watching those digits increase and really preserving and increasing my wealth, now I get more excited that I took 100 grand and invested, and that 100 grand in less than a month made me 40 additional grand. So now I'm going to the bank again with the taking my disposable income to do what?
Yesterday, I went to my bank. As you can see, that was yesterday. And I requested to do a wire. And with that wire, I wanted to send exactly, see, Charles Schwab. I wanted to send exactly $65,000. See what I'm saying? So now I went in with another 65K yesterday.
Again with the money? Yeah, again with the money.
So yeah, so now my the flexing, the buying the new whips, the watches, that shit is boring now. Just like if I had a dime bitch that I've been fucking for the last 6 months, I'd be tired of fucking her. It's boring now. Flexing is boring. Fuck flexing. I want to get to 10 million. You know what I'm saying? I want to do different things. So, we've been influenced, especially like I said, as black men, to equate wealth with consumerism, wealth with flexing. And if we can get to the point where we flip that switch, which I've finally gotten there, then we're gonna switch into wealth preservation and wealth growth. Because when you're out there chasing ass and I'll fuck this one, I'll fuck that one, you ain't got to look, you can fuck her, all that fucking ass. Look what ass did to Diddy. Look where he at. Look what ass did to Tupac. Look what ass did to Mike Tyson. Look what ass did to Anthony Bourdain. He killed his damn self. He's one of my favorite people. He was rich off of his show. Ass is always a problem. Ass is a vulnerability. So when you flip that switch off the ass, off the flexion, and you flip the switch on to wealth preservation and wealth maximization and growth, that's when your wealth journey really gets to the level where it's going to be valuable. So, okay, now I'm done with the celebration stage, and I bought the car, I got the watch, I got the clothes, I had the hose. I did everything I could possibly do to celebrate. Now the celebration is boring. And now I'm starting to see things that I want, like second homes, and everything that I like costs $2.5 million, which I can get those things now. But once I got out the zero phase, and even before so,
I started building my base layer. My base layer of money is my gold primarily, plus a little silver. And I reached my goal, and this is important to have a base layer. So now I'm out the hole. After 20-some years, I finally made it to zero. You don't have to go in the hole and get tricked like I did when I was 18 to get in a bunch of debt and put me in the hole. If you can start from zero, God bless you. If you can start from zero and still implement the frugality, the hustle, and the self-education, it won't, it'll be way better, right? So anyway, I have my base layer now. So this is a nice solid number. And my original base layer that I wanted was a base layer of gold and silver, as well as I wanted 10 Bitcoin, which I achieved. But I got a little greedy, and I started lending out my Bitcoin, and they got it from me. Fortunately, the individuals in the company that stole my 10 Bitcoin, they're currently living in prison, and I'll be getting back about 53% of that. And it's already been sold. I already actually got a check for like $90K, and they owe me another approximately $500K, which should be coming this year. So I had a meeting with my CPA this morning, and we discussed that. You know, and she's making some arrangements for me so that I'll be able to, because it's owned by one of my corporations, so it had to make some changes so that I can pull that money out with the least possible amount of tax. And we're working on that as of this morning. So, and I got the $90K laying around, but I can't do nothing with it yet, so it's just laying there. So I eliminated this base layer because I don't have faith in crypto anymore. So, but I have a lot of faith in particularly gold, but also silver. So now, you know, I always keep a good bit of cash. Not, you know, I'm trying to keep less, but enough to handle any kind of big situation, keep some in my business, and also keep some of my business, also keep some for my personal use. So now the next layer, so I'm comfortable with my base layer of money. Also, my home is a base layer too. It's an asset that I can borrow against. So if I just had an emergency situation, I need $200K, I don't necessarily have to sell my gold. I can borrow because I have a business, I have a money generation system that's kicking out constantly 180 to 120K monthly. So that's there, and it's going to be there. So I have my base layer. I have zero debt. So I'm out the hole. I have a income generation system that doesn't require me to work for somebody else. I've more than 10x my income, more than 10x. I've, you know, went through my blowing money phase, even though I'm still flying first class and I'm still fucking top bitches when I feel like it, but that's not a priority. I have my base layer. I took a L on this, but even though I took a L on it, I'm still going to be up like 600K when it's all said and done. And it only cost me like, I'm already up on everything I lost because I invested 60K. So I already got a 90K check. So I'm up already. And they still owe me 500K, which I should get this year. at the same time while I'm still generating this. So I decided, because I was like, I gotta invest in something. I decided to go into the stock market. And that's where I'm at now. And so I'm not a day trading or nothing. I learned my trading strategy and my investment strategy from crypto. I never was really into stocks or nothing until this past month. Everything I learned from trading and stuff like that, I learned from crypto. So I decided that I wanted to, I wasn't even thinking about stock. I just wanted to stack paper and try to come up with something. I was thinking I'll buy some land. But I came across some information about a company that I really believed in what this company was about. Because I'm not investing just for the money. I'm investing for something that I believe in. It was just like Bitcoin. I didn't invest in Bitcoin to get rich because I didn't know that was possible. I just believed in having a sovereign digital currency that wasn't controlled by the government. And I ended up making a lot of money through the process and learning so much. But one thing about crypto, what I learned was find a good crypto that's a low market cap and get in while it's low and ride it up. So I'm taking everything that I learned from crypto and I'm putting it into the stock market. And so I found something that I believed in that met that criteria. And that's what I'm doing now, because I want to be able to take my gains from the stock market and then have my own kind of venture capital fund. So I'm taking all these earnings from right here. After I pay my people, pay myself, and every month I'm going here. So last month I went in with 100K. And yesterday I went in with 65K. This is all within 30 days. It's less than 30 days I'm in. And I've got a pretty good return. I mean, I haven't invested all of this 65K yet. I've actually only invested 10 out of the 65 that I put in yesterday. So I got cash laying on the side, hoping I can catch me a drop or something. And this, what I'm doing now, is for my future venture capital firm. So I'm expecting and anticipating that by the end of 2026, this will be valued at about, I would say, from 1.5 to 2.5 million. You know what I'm saying? So these are the layers of my money. These are the layers. This is my diagram. This is my blueprint. It's a historical record. It's a blueprint, and it's a plan for the future for me.
See, that's why I call it levels of money. Many of us start in the hole, negative, fighting just to get to zero, fighting to get out the hole. What's that old saying? If you find yourself in a hole, stop digging, right? So getting out that hole took me 20 plus years. And that's hard. I mean, but when you in the hole, you gotta keep trying to get out the hole. And you hear these young people, I'm not paying the debt. They got student loan. I ain't paying. I can't get no job. I ain't paying. And they wait for it to be forgiven. And instead of just, and I went through that period. I ain't knocking the young people. I went through that period. Like, I ain't gonna pay it. That's why I had so many forbearances. My employment record, there was gaps. So there were times when I didn't have income and I couldn't pay, and I was deferring and deferring. Then I ran out of deferments and I was forbearing. And when you deferring, it freeze, but when you forbearing, the interest keeps accumulating. And then they add in the interest to the principal, so you're paying interest on top of interest, and you can actually end up owing more than what you borrowed. So to work from negative in the whole 40K and 40,000 20 years ago, that's like 120,000 a day. You look at this number and be like, damn. When you get out of college and you're only making, I think my first job I was making 26,000. You know what I'm saying? So you owe, almost double. You know what I mean? So like a lot of the people getting out now and they're making 45,000. That's like owing 90,000 or 100,000. You know what I'm saying? So to come from that hole, dig yourself out that hole, and then build your business, and then get some property, pay the property off, then build your base layer, then at the same time you built a high income. This stock portfolio, I'm viewing it as my personal venture capital fund to invest in, because my next ideas might, my little side hustle business, I probably, everything that I needed probably cost me over time, like over a year, 10,000. My next couple ideas might cost me 150,000, 200,000. So if I'm building up this stock portfolio, is basically my fund that I own and control. So if I need to invest 150,000 or 200,000, I can do it into my idea, into my business. So I'm taking this year just to build this fund. Like I told my big bro, this year I want to buy this one stock. Then depending on what it's looking like next year, I might want to start kind of buying more large cap, lower risk Googles. I ain't buying no Meta, but other, tech stocks, or, other type of more stable but still growth oriented stocks that might only give me 30% a year. But it's gonna be there, it's solid, Microsoft, stuff like that. So I'm building a venture capital fund in my mind. Of course, I'm not really doing that. I'm just buying stocks. But I selected carefully. I did a lot of research. I'm confident in my selection. Even my big bro was like, "Doug, you picked the winner." When I showed him that 40% jump yesterday, he was like, "You picked the winner." You know what I'm saying? So whatever I got going on in 2027, I can fund it with gains. Like, look, to invest $100,000 and make 40 off that in a few weeks, that's kind of good. That's a good entrance into my stock investing. Like portfolio managers brag that they can get you like, 15, 20% annualized. In less than 30 days, I've returned 40%. And so what I'm looking at over the year with continual investing, I'm seeing a possibility, because like I said, I went in 100,000 in less than a month, another 65. I told my big bro, I'm going in minimum 50K a month. You know what I'm saying? Minimum 50K a month. On some good months, I might be 90K, 80K. But I'm going in all year to build my fund. I'm gonna build my fund. I still have some little things, projects I'm working on my businesses, and I might have to, invest in and whatnot. But money that would have went into the fund will maybe diverted to some upfront costs to develop my ideas that I'm going to be planning on going bigger on in 27. God willing, we all here. But yeah, I really do see this that I'm building as my venture capital fund, and I'm glad I'm not buying more SUVs or watches or Rolexes or fucking, doing stupid shit. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of flipped into that. Like you'll hear people like Grant Cardone be like, I'm always broke because, when I get money, even hear Robert Kiyosaki say that, I'm calling somebody, I'm investing it. I'm investing it. So they keep a marginal amount of money. Even Elon said this Elon though. Elon was like, look, I only got like 850 million in cash. To him, that's like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you ever heard somebody say, I only got a 850 million? Y'all act like I'm balling. I ain't even got $1 billion cash, nigga. But he's worth 850 billion. So for him to have less than $1 billion cash, he feel like I'm living on, I'm living foot to mouth, nigga. I only got 850 million cash. You know what I'm saying? So it's levels, but for me, I probably got under cash. I'm definitely under 400,000 cash, like in the banks and stuff like that. Like not counting metals and it's just money, dollars. Yeah, I'm under 400 grand. You know what I mean? Might be. I think. Yeah, I think I'm under. I think I'm under 300 grand. I think I'm under 300 grand liquid cash in the bank. You know what I mean? So I got to keep some money in my business. I could get by with much less money in my business, and I got to keep some personal money. But I don't have I don't have 500,000 in the bank. I don't have 700,000 in the bank. I could get 700,000 in the bank, but now with the stock thing going, I really want to keep less money in the bank, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna maintain a cash position, and I'm gonna take my disposable income. I'm gonna, temper myself and do it in a controlled way and make sure that my investments into my portfolio in my future venture fund are done in a systematic, planned, controlled way so that anything that happens in the real world, I don't have to necessarily, I don't have to dig into my portfolio to come out because I went too aggressive, and then something happens in my life or in the real world, and I got to pull out money from my fund because I won't touch my base layer money. That's like the foundation on the house. You don't want to do that, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, so I'm building a venture fund for next year. So you think I'm thinking about some ass? You think I'm thinking about another car? Think about selling my G-Wagon. But I'm not going to sell it because I'm going to live with the bad decision that I made, and I'm going to make myself suffer because I wanted to flex. So yeah, I'm building my own venture capital fund. So if everything goes the way I think it's gonna go, I think I'll have over 2 million in my fund in 27. And then I can make whatever moves I need to make because I don't see myself need more than 200,000, but I'd be willing for the two business ideas that I'm working on to go up to 500,000, especially if I got over 2 million. You know, I chop that down and put it into something that's gonna blow up your late. So yeah, I'm that's the level I'm thinking on. The last thing I'm thinking about is some hoes or some more cool cars or some more Rolex watches or doing stupid shit with my money. I'm beyond the prove my wealth phase, the look like the fly guy phase. I'm way beyond that. Right now, I'm like, my biggest influence or my biggest thing is being at a level by the time I turn 60 to where I have all the options that I want. You know what I mean? Like by the time I turn 60 or in my early 60s, I just want to be so well positioned that I can chill. You know what I'm saying? I can chill. So I could be done built a business and sold the business for $150 million by the time I'm 65. I'm still in my early 50s. So I'm like, if by the time I'm 55, one of these businesses, I done sold it for 100 million, 150 million, 50 million. Then I'm in a position to just, okay, let me buy some muni bonds, some municipal bonds, or let me just buy some apartment complexes or buy something that's just gonna just deliver money. To where you can get that safe 7 to 10% annual return, and that shit is still a couple of million a year. Then you just can focus on, okay, at that stage of life, maybe I just want to, I can do a passion thing. Maybe I just want to teach. Maybe I want to create a situation where I'm just teaching people something, or I'm working for the environment and clean up the ocean, or I'm doing something that doesn't require a lot of stress and that I'm passionate about, and that's something that's I can give back to the planet or to society. You know what I mean? And I don't have to worry about a dollar because I've made the right decisions, I've made the right investments, and now in my older ages and stuff like that, I can, who knows how I'm gonna be living, but I'll be living great. I'll be doing something meaningful, and I don't have a high stress life now, but I have a even more low stress life, and I have ultimate comfort and just be living great, be able to help some people, maybe help my nieces. You know what I mean? So this is a critical time for me, and that's what I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about these motherfucking hoes.
Stay the fuck away from these hoes, the dumb motherfuckers. Like, god damn.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about these hoes.
You ain't black.
Like the average nigga, no. So that's what I'm at now, and that's what this represents to me, as far as what I'm building. 2.5 million is for my future venture capital firm. So I'm expecting and anticipating that by the end of 2026, this will be valued at about, I would say, from 1.5 to 2.5 million. You know what I'm saying? So these are the layers of my money. These are the layers. This is my diagram. This is my blueprint. It's a historical record. It's a blueprint, and it's a plan for the future for me. You know what I'm saying? So we go down here. We start way down in the hole. Took me over 20 years to dig out the hole just to get to zero because of my academic education.
and we just worked and worked and worked and worked and worked and focused and worked and focused and worked and focused and worked. And now we here, and I got to get more paper because we're gonna go here. See, because the thing is, the plan unfolds over time. See, there's a part of this diagram that's up here, right? There's a part of this diagram that's up here that hadn't been devised yet. But there's aspects of it. But there's business ideas that I have that I'm going to invest in from my venture capital firm to self-fund my businesses so that I can create bigger and better business systems that I can have the option of 100% ownership, or I can raise capital. And I got one that I want to own 100%, and I got one that I want to raise capital. And I was talking to my TPA about that today. And you see what this is? The whole important of this is not for you to copy it. It's for you to understand that you have to devise one for yourself. And when you look at this, you have to see, like, where am I in this diagram at this point in my life? Where am I? And wherever you are, you start from there and build up. And whenever you make your diagram, put an arrow at the top of it, because there's more to come as life unfolds. It's your boy Lord Hybrid. I'm out this bitch. Yeah, life's gonna unfold. So this is the this is the start of my fund. So if I look at my hold on, let me get this off here. I'm gonna show you the total value of my fund. This is the beginning layers of my fund. This is where I'm at. But if you think about it, that's pretty good, right? I've been in this for less than a month. See, and you see the cost basis. And really the cost basis is 100 because I put another 10 in. Well, it's 100,500 because I just put this 10 in today and I bought at the current price, so that don't really contribute. But for just a straight 100,000 in less than 1 month, my gain is 39,000. So the total value now, as you can see, the 55,000 $21.09. That's just cash sitting on the sidelines in the account that I have not yet invested. It's just there. I'm hoping I can catch a dip and get more of that stock. So from a total contribution from me of 165,000, I'm already at 204,000 with still 55,000 in cash that I have not yet invested. So I'm gonna be watching that over the, I'm gonna set some limits and try to catch some dips and try to get some more shares. Like I said, for this stock, I don't know if I'm gonna reach it, but I think I'll reach it. My goal is 50,000 shares. I think I'm not quite at 20,000 yet, but I got all year. And I'm already in the green. And this is how I'm building my fund. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be showing my total value. Once you get to some real numbers, I'm gonna be like, all right, niggas, y'all don't need to see anything. I'll just show y'all some gains or whatever. But yeah, I'm serious about this, man. Y'all don't know how serious I am, bro. Come
on, man.
I'm not playing.
I can't even see these hoes. These hoes, I get to them, you know. They recreational use only. When you see these red pill niggas saying recreational use only, you know that the originator is right here. The voice that's talking to you right now. So you know, we ain't worried about no hoes. And I got some serious shit on my mind.
What the fuck you know about what I need on my mind, motherfucker?
You know what I mean? So you know, it's on. I'm not playing. And I'm ready to have my fun. Like I said, look, I'm thinking up to 2.5 million. Even if I hit 900,000 by the end of the year, I'm gonna be happy. Because I know I'm not putting 900,000 in. You know, I'll probably put in. Well, you know what? No, I'm gonna put in a lot of money. No, I won't be satisfied with 900,000. Actually, because I forgot about that 500,000 I got coming in. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. This thing might be worth 300. I mean, not 300. This thing might be worth 3 million by the end of the year. If I get that 500 in there and double up on that, and then putting the rest of that joint in there, put another 300-400 in there, and this shit triple up, which I think is gonna triple or might be even 5x. Yeah, man. I don't know. We'll see where I'm at. But I mean, a lot is riding on that 500 that they owe me. So whenever that come in, hopefully the sooner it come, the better. So I get it, you know, time is money. But yeah, I can see this, my fund being worth you know, a few million, 3-4 million. You know what I mean? If I get that 500 in a timely manner and I can get it in there. Because it's gonna be a challenge for me to even get it out of my company just for the way my company is structured. So once I get that out of there and put it to work, you know, who knows? Things happen. But yeah, we I'm really focused. So when niggas be talking about I got this and I got that, look at my watch and look at my car.
Get the fuck out my face with that bullshit. No. Stop it.
I ain't got that kind of shit on my mind.
You ain't black.
Yep, so you know what it is, man. It's focus time. Focusing also on getting my discipline right. I've been running, about to hit the gym real hard. And I'm trying to get sugar. I got a sugar addiction, man. And I can't let it win. So I gotta get the sugar under control in terms of just my consumption of sugar. I have a wicked sweet tooth. And it's time for me to conquer that. It's just like anything. It's just like I conquered weed. Weed was easy. I gotta get rid of YouTube in terms of, you know, not letting it interfere with my productivity. I gotta rededicate myself to maximum fitness and maximum dietary discipline and monetary discipline. So the monetary thing is easy for me because, you know, I'm excited about what I can build. So that's easy. The sugar, man, it's hard. I didn't realize how addicted I am to sugar. You know, but you know, it's real. So, you know, if you out here focusing on these hoes, nigga,
You ain't nobody.
yeah. So next year, hey, I don't want to hear nobody saying
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. I can't eat.
any nigga run up on me asking for some money.
Suck a dog dick, nigga. Fuck you, nigga.
Yeah. Anyway, you know what it is, man. It's your boy Lord Hybrid.
Get the fuck out of here.
You get the fuck up for $1 million?
He wants to fuck her.
Bitch nigga. I'm bitch nigga proof, nigga. Bitch niggas can't even hold on to me, nigga. It takes unintelligible focus. Ever since the morning I've awoken, I've been focused on getting my money. Got a couple of things I got to do, and it might sound funny, but I need to get with my consultant. He gonna teach me how to get this corporate credit. You better respect it. I done paid him 3 G's on his ass, so you know I'm finna really get it. And also I got brand imaging to make. Yep, I'ma send it over to my factory, so when they make my packaging, I get the cake. Make it look like a cornflake box, but better make you gotta buy it, nigga. It's gonna be good for you, to you. Nigga better understand, do you? Nigga, I'm trying to tell you what my mind be like. That's what my grind be like, that's what my shine be like. Yeah, I was at the Mercedes lot yesterday looking at that big Jeep, bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? When I pull out it like bam, niggas gonna be like, damn, that nigga really is getting money. Fist over hand. And any motherfucker that don't go hand when they see me pull up with the 23s gonna have to sneeze. Cause they must have some kind of disease, nigga. Hybrid been trying to preach the truth to niggas, niggas ain't listening. So I'ma just keep on motherfucking and be insisting that y'all niggas tune in and subscribe to what I do. Cause what I do is like me feeding you vegetables, gonna be healthy for you. And your wallet and your mind frame and how I tame dame. Shit, I got a lame bitch coming over here today gonna play with dick.
You get the fuck up for $1 million?
He wants to fuck her.
Fuck, give her a couple of chips. Shit, I got so many, it's like bringing off a penny.
Again with the money?
Yeah, again with the money.
Ain't really much, if any. Hell, that's gonna help you, I'm happy, but for me, that's just some throwaway money, probably. So fuck it, you made me feel real good, made my goddamn volcano erupt. Got up on me and let me hear that thunder, now you feel how I fuck. Now you wanna come back cause you get paid and you get dick down proper.
You get the fuck up for $1 million?
God damn it, I'm operating on these bitches. Fuck Hybrid, they need to call me the doctor. Got hoes in line and niggas making videos about hoes, talking about how to love a hoe, what to do with a hoe. Nigga, you don't need a hoe, just make a hoe do her job, nigga.
He wants to fuck her?
And pay her, nigga. You ain't no player, nigga.
I can't eat!
Any bitch with me get the benefits. That's why I keep getting bad bitches all over my dick. SP motherfucking I.
I told you this, nigga. You was gonna get left.
Jason. Get the fuck off our dick.
Get my money, you cheap bitch.
Whip that pussy. Down, down,
Come on, I got a present for you. Suck it. Suck it, nigga. And I said I suck your dick.
He's a fag.
Again with the money?
Yeah, again with the money.
God damn, look at my pockets now. Started my own business. I done blew up for realists. Stacks coming in every day. On foreign islands is where the fuck I stay. Fucking foreign bitches, they be cooking, they be fucking, they be sucking. Man, it isn't nothing. I'm the motherfucking shit. Bitch, without you, I'm set free. I'm so damn high. You got to look up on the sky, cause I'm on a plane, that's why. To an international destination with no hesitation. Got bitches waiting at reception with invitations with my name on it. God damn it, I done turned my life to the shit. And guess what? I didn't need no motherfucking bitch.
You got left.
SP motherfucking I.
I hate you.
I hate you too, little nigga.
The freedom bell ring got me flying like a free. Fly like an eagle. Let's go. Free. Let's go.
Because I told you last night don't be fucking smoking if you ain't got my fucking money. I told you that shit last night, right? If you ain't got my money.
I told you this, nigga.
We are better than you niggas. We are better than you niggas.
You ain't nobody.
We are better than you niggas.
You're so dumb.
We are better than you niggas.
You ain't shit.
We are better than you niggas.
You ain't shit.
We are better than you niggas.
You ain't nobody.
We are better than you niggas.
You're so dumb.
We are better than you niggas.
You ain't nobody.
We are better than you niggas.
Wow.
We are better than you niggas. We are better than you niggas. We are better than you niggas. We are better than you niggas.
You're so dumb.
You ain't nobody. You ain't shit.
We don't claim you.
SP motherfucking I.
These niggas can't touch us.
The way to make $1 million, first and foremost, is to make it in your mind.
Thank you, Lord Hybrid.
Lord Hybrid, appreciate all of the impact that you got me to do. You got me to make content.
Lord Hybrid, my boy, man. Thank you, my boy Lord Hybrid. Everybody spam up some W's for my boy Lord Hybrid.
Get the fuck out of here.